Hey guys, welcome to the clubhouse. I'm Billy Jackson, and today's review is gonna be on Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Okay, now, the first original Ghostbusters is a friggin' classic. I love that movie. It's in my top 20 favorite movies of all time. Now the second one, it was okay. I mean, a lot of people love it and I get it. But as far as the sequel goes, it wasn't better than the first. Now, here we are 30 years later. We have Afterlife that came out a couple years ago, which I thought was a great movie, a great comeback for the franchise, personally. So, I had high expectations coming into this movie. And from the trailers, it looked really good. And was it? It was okay. You know, it wasn't great, it wasn't spectacular, but we had a good time watching it, I have to admit. You know, there were some good laughs in there, but unfortunately it suffers from what a lot of movies do nowadays, and you've seen me on the channel express how I do not like this trope that goes on, where they try to be too funny. Yes, Ghostbusters is basically, I'd say, a horror comedy, but this one just tried to be just a straight comedy film, and where every line has to be a joke. And granted, I'd say about 65% of the jokes landed. You know, I chuckled a few times, and I busted out laughing a couple of times. But honestly, near the end, it got to the point to where I was rolling my eyes, you know, just going, come on, you know, this, you didn't have to do it this way. You didn't have to do this way. But other than that, I thought it was a good movie. You know, do I think it's worthy of going to the theater? No. You know me, I'm a big advocate for going to the theater to see movies because we need to get that revenue pumping in so they can keep making great movies, so we can keep going to theaters enjoying our entertainment. But I feel like this Ghostbusters franchise is just fizzling out, unfortunately. That being said, I do think it should be watched by Ghostbusters fans. You know, wait till it comes out on streaming, guys. You know, this thing isn't going to last long in the theater. I'm just telling you now. So, about a month or so, it's going to be on streaming, and I'd say go ahead and wait. But the thing I did like about the movie was them bringing everyone back. Now, granted, Sigourney Weaver wasn't in it, Rick Moranis wasn't in it, but everyone else came back. And not just for a cameo, they actually had, you know, parts in the movie. You know, especially Dan Aykroyd. He was a big, integral, you know, character in this film. And I loved seeing him, and I thought he did a great job. And honestly, I like the story that they're going with, where it's Egon's grandkids, you know, taking over the mantle of the Ghostbusters, you know, business. And I got it, you know, it made sense. But there's this whole subplot in the movie where, you know, the granddaughter connects with a ghost, and they become friends and all that. I just didn't like that. It kind of took me out of the movie whenever they were, you know, together on film, because I just didn't think this movie really needed it. It should have been more about the big villain, you know, that causes the frozen world, you know, and it just wasn't. It felt like it wasn't about that. It felt like it was about these two, and that really took me out of it, unfortunately. But I still did enjoy the movie, but I didn't think the villain was any good. They could have done a lot better job on that. And he was kind of just in and out at the end, you know. I mean, granted, in the first Ghostbusters, I get it. You know, Gozer, you know, only showed up for a little bit, and she was taken out very quickly. But the rest of the movie kind of led up to that, to where this felt like it was just a mishmash of plot lines and, you know, jokes and stuff like that, kind of not leading up to it. And it kind of just happened, and they defeated them, and it was over. It really didn't feel like, you know, a plot thread, you know, was given to me throughout the whole movie. Like I said, I still had a good time. It was funny in some moments, but a lot of eye-rolling moments in this movie. And I thought they could have done a better job, because I thought Afterlife was great, and this was a step down, and I was hoping it would be a step up. That's just what I think, guys. So, but go out and see it for yourself. Have your own opinion about it. It's all subjective. I think it's a lot of fun. I think kids would like this movie more than adults, But really, the Ghostbusters franchise, I feel, should be nostalgic for adults. Granted, it was great to see everybody come back, and that really hit me in the feels, you know, seeing everyone play an intricate role in the film. They just played it too much on the jokes, and they really should have taken a little bit more serious tone. It didn't have to be serious. It just should have had a more serious tone, I feel. It just felt like comedic fumbling around, and that's the only reason I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to. But it's not all about what I think, guys. What do you think? Have you seen Ghostbusters Frozen Empire? Do you plan on watching it? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like my videos and subscribe to my channel. And as always, make yourself happy every day. And the only way to do that is to remember the only thing stopping you is you stopping. Bam!